All right. So somebody sent me this video called Charlie D'Amelio's team won't pay me for my work. I don't know what kind of work this guy does. What I do know is Charlie D'Amelio has all that Dunkin' Donuts cold brew coffee money. So she should be able to pay this guy for whatever he did for her. I don't know. Let's watch it. Oh, I'm just curious.
I'm Jake Doolittle. If you don't know, a lot
don't
of
like your
press and rumors have come out about me that I would like to clarify.
I
would
haven't
like
heard
it to
any
be
of them.
known that there's a huge difference between
I haven't heard anything about you. What are you talking about?
the D'Amelio family and Charlie and the D'Amelio team. The issue that I have has
Okay.
nothing to do with Charlie or the family. Charlie and Heidi have been nothing but polite to me. The issue that I have
fuck
is with
is
the
Hailey?
D'Amelio team. I was seeing a lot of stuff online saying that I was a grown adult attacking a 17-year-old. And I want it to be known, behind the 17-year-old, there is a team of people watching everything on social media that is being done for or against.
Where are these allegations or whatever you're talking about, Jake Doolittle? I haven't seen us. I couldn't even Google anything. There's nothing that exists. There's not a single article. There is this picture on his Instagram of Charlie, though. Is that Charlie? Is this Charlie D'Amelio? Am I Charlie in New York, 2019? It's weird. That is just weird. There's a lot of pictures of you and Charlie. I find it weird. Hopefully there's some context that clears this up. Okay.
Against Charlie. So I guess if you don't know the full story, I will start from the beginning. In December of 2019, I went to Connecticut to take photos for Charlie. I had
Gotcha.
contacted Charlie and Heidi. Heidi had responded.
Who's Heidi, the
Charlie
mom?
was an influencer, of course, but it wasn't to the point that it is now. I would say she maybe had 1 to 2 million followers on TikTok. Don't quote me on that. But I thought that her content was great, and I thought it would be beneficial for me to have an introduction early on in her career. The photo shoot went great. The photos turned out great. After the photo shoot, I was asked by their manager to send what I agreed to as photo rights for the photos that were taken. I'm adding
Yo, her mom looks like a pretty traditional conservative. I think, aka hot as fuck. No, she's only 49. How old's Dixie? 22. Okay, I guess she had the kid at 29. I guess it's not that. Okay.
the emails.
Let's look at these emails. Jake Doolittle. I just hate your fucking name, Jake. I just finished editing the photos and I thought I'd reach out about some photo rights. I would like full usage of photos that you guys approve. Social media, website, portfolio, etc. I will not sell the photos. You will be able to post the photos at your pleasure on your platform. I would like to credit in the photos I've posted. I really appreciate being tagged in the photo and caption. If you decide to sell any photos for any reason, I would like to be notified beforehand so that we could work something out. What the fuck? It's hard for me to read this. Hold on a second. I'm just gonna... Hi, Jake. Thank you so much for your time working with Charlie this weekend. Both Charlie and Heidi really enjoyed whatever. Working with you. We're excited to see the images and we agreed to the rights usage. What I find weird, you know what's weird about that to me is that like he apparently already took the pictures, but then they're negotiating a contract afterwards. Why? That seems weird to me. Like this is the kind of stuff that you would do before anybody took a single picture. I don't really get it.
I would ignore all the chit chat and stuff. The parts that are super important to me right now is where I say, if you decide to sell the photos for any reason, I would like to be notified beforehand so that we can work something out.
Who cares? What do you mean? This is so weird. This doesn't really make any sense to me. So he took pictures a year and a half or 2 years ago, and now he wants to get paid because they used one of the pictures. Like you should have. This doesn't make any sense. No one in their right mind would hire a photographer and then like use their pictures later on and then pay commission. Like, what's the point of hiring a fucking photographer? That'd be like if I made wedding photos and then like a year and a half later I decided to use it on like a social media platform where I made $1 million and like, well, hey, I'd like some of that money. It's like, wow, this doesn't make any sense to me. This goes against like any reasonable business deal. I'm pretty sure there's laws in place that like protect you from unreasonable business deals. It's just bizarre to me.
Then I got a very polite email back saying that both Charlie and Heidi enjoyed working
Thank you so much. Oh wait, we already
with
watched
me
that. Yeah.
and that they agree to the rights, usages, and terms.
Maybe you could put the things up here next time, Doolittle, you fucking asshole, so I don't have to like it's you put them at the bottom of the screen. Like I pause the video and I have to watch the search bar.
Above. I very clearly in my email said that I will not sell them, but if they decide to sell them, I would like to be notified so that I can get paid. This photo shoot was for an Instagram post. The D'Amelio family and the whole team got
Why didn't you get paid in the first place?
photos of Charlie showcasing her dance ability, and in return, I got a social media post out of it.
Okay, there you go. You got paid, asshole. I don't understand. So Charlie was a smaller content creator at like 1 million, right? She's compared to now, she's like 100 and something million. And they paid him in like through a shout out on social media, and then he seems to not have done anything with it. Like I can scroll down to like pictures of Charlie a little bit. I'm gonna pass them already because I'm an idiot. What am I just like? Okay, this is from 41 weeks ago. Like you barely post on your Instagram. You like I don't understand. Over 150 million views on YouTube. Wait, what? What does this mean?
So my last video did...
Shut up. You have 27,000 views on YouTube. What are you talking about? I'm so confused right now. Over 150 million views. What is this guy? Is this guy insane? Like it seems like he completely threw away his photography business. He just stopped taking pictures 12 weeks ago. Is this Curtis Connor? It looks like. Did he take a picture of Curtis Connor, or was it his parents? I don't know. It kind of looks like Curtis Connor though, and like maybe Gabby Hanna. Dude, this is just dumb.
All knowing that I would not get compensated for any of it unless they were to sell the photos.
Not really. You were just kind of like, hey, if I'd like to this, that, and the other thing. It's been fucking a year, bro.
Later on in April of 2020, I signed a work for hire agreement with the D'Amelio family. They own everything that I do after signing this contract. I had only done consistent work for the D'Amelios between April and July of 2020.
So far, you took pictures of them for free, and then they hired you to do more pictures. It sounds like you could have maintained a business if you had kept it up, but you linked an Instagram that's completely dormant. You haven't posted in 4 months.
From July to December, I would text my contact with the family bi-weekly, wondering if there's anything that I can do to help them with their content. I never got any response from that and just assumed that the relationship between myself and the D'Amelio team was over. On December 1st of 2020, there was a post on Charlie D'Amelio's Instagram account.
So excited to announce my first ever book, Essentially Charlie. It's officially published. I have been waiting so long to share this with you guys and can't wait for you to give it a read. It's all about ways to stay positive while navigating social media. I hope you all love it as much as I enjoyed writing it for you guys. Order a copy. You didn't write that, Charlie. Shut up.
Account saying that she had just published
tips for posting on social media. Have a reasonably wealthy family.
Her first book. I had absolutely no clue that my photos were in this book until a friend screenshotted and sent me the post asking if these were my photos and had I been compensated or credited. Right away, I bought the book on Kindle to look through, see how many photos
they didn't even give you a free book? Shit.
Mine were used and if I was credited. 2 of my photos were used, the one here and the one here, and I was credited in the back of the book. I'll get into this later.
Okay, you got credited. Wait, what? Why? Wait, so what's the so far, this seems pretty fine.
But a credit means nothing when the work was taken from you initially. At first...
What are you talking about? Your email was like, notify me if you use it because I'd like to get paid. Like, what? Dude, stop.
I was super excited that my photos were in a book. As funny as it is, I purchased this book on Kindle and then went to my nearest bookstore and purchased the hardcover copy just so that I could see my name in a book in a store.
You could have just looked at it in the store. You know the. Did you seem a little obsessed, dude?
Over time, past the first week of excitement and searching around stores trying to find my name, I started to realize that my photos were being used without my permission and against the previous agreement that we had had. I've been seeing a lot of...
What was their response to what you had said to them?
Comments asking why I have waited till now to say anything. Here's what I've done since December to September. I finished my last semester.
Wait, this is like 11. This is like 9 months later. 10 months later? What do you want, dude? Like, what? Not only did they use a picture that you made for them like a year before they made the book, but now it's like another year later, and now you're complaining about it?
College and graduated. And then after that, I had 2 major knee surgeries where I couldn't walk for a month and a half each due to my previous battle with Lyme disease. I had always said small things between that time, like, hey, did you know that Charlie D'Amelio's team used my photos without permission? This is not a new thing. It is new that I'm able to speak about it publicly and
Yeah, Mama God says so he needs money. Yeah, it sounds like it.
have people hear what I'm saying. On June 4th of 2021, I contacted the team to see if anyone was interested in continuing to work with me or have a photo shoot or a video shoot in the future. I heard nothing. I sent a follow-up, and then
Well, why would they? You haven't continued your career as a photographer based on what I've seen in your Instagram. So why would they want to work with somebody who doesn't even do the job they claim to want to do? I don't understand it. Like, it doesn't really make any sense. Like, this is a portfolio for you. This is building a portfolio. You're the one who gave it up. Like, I don't understand.
went public. The tweets that I had sent out had initially gotten 3 likes per tweet. Never did I think that this would become a news story. I woke up this morning and my doctor for the last 17 years, who has seen me in and out of wheelchairs, texted my phone number saying that he saw something on Snapchat that Charlie had used my photos without permission. It has gotten so big, and I had no clue that it would become this.
I haven't seen anything about this anywhere.
I should have known that a small photographer going up against a large media conglomerate like the D'Amelio team.
Yeah, Mama Gut says I like his language, really trying to gain sympathy. Oh, yeah. This guy's the underdog. This is the hero of your own story. Like, this is
would not go well. But I'm 20 years old. I made a stupid mistake, and now I have to back up what I said with proof. Last week, a tweet was put on Dixie D'Amelio's account asking for questions for her iHeartRadio show. And I retweeted that and replied with, "Can I have compensation for your sister using my photos in her book without permission?" The one that really took off was Charlie D'Amelio.
Next Saturday, you'll get the answers to my questions you're sending in my iHeart. Okay. Can I have compensation? Why did you blur out the likes on it? Jake Doolittle, you douchebag.
Using my photos in her book without permission. The one that really took off was Charlie D'Amelio tweeted, "I can't think about anything but having wings right now." Teenager tweet. I responded with, "I can't think of anything but the millions you made off of my photos."
Bro, I want you to understand something. If she didn't use your photos, her book would have made just as much money. Like, you like, dude, come on. Like, it's not even like your photos didn't make or break her book at all. They were just like, oh, okay, well, we own these photos now, so we're gonna use them. That was it. Like, come on.
I believe that there was a lot of money made off of those photos. Knowing what influencers get paid per Instagram post, the fact that that was used as a promotional photo for the book, and then 2 photos in the book that sold more copies than I could ever imagine.
Like, bro, I understand why you'd want to generate some hype around, like, your contribution to the book, but, like, for what reason? You're not even, it doesn't even seem like you want to do anything. It doesn't even seem like you want to, like, continue this career in photography. It's just all about how much money you want.
From there, I tweeted because Charlie stands were responding to me upset, claiming that I was making everything up. I posted something that said "for proof/context." There was a screenshot of the post that Charlie had made of my photo, which I had agreed.
Okay, great. She's credited you.
And then a screenshot of the photo of my photo in the book. That took off. People started retweeting it and liking it. And then that's where TikTok drama accounts started to run with it. I started to get a lot of backlash saying that I was making this up. I should have expected that because this is such a young demographic. I should have known.
Bro, you are a young demographic, bro. There's like no legal standing here. This is so dumb.
That if I say anything bad about somebody's idol.
It's such a brain dead take to be like, your audience is young, so I win. That's what he's saying. He's like, you guys are young. I should have expected this from a bunch of dumb kids. Dude, come on. You are a dumb kid.
Team, it was going to come back on me. Always. Then I tweeted, me when I never got paid for my photos. Then that one started to take off more. And then I tweeted, LOL, I feel like people are misconstruing what I'm saying. Nobody asked to use my photos. I was never told the photos would be in my book. A credit in a book means nothing when they don't have your permission.
I just want to see something.
currently any.
Get that guy out of my video.
Between.
Dude, I just have such a problem with this because it's just
Oh,
so
no.
dumb. Like, let's just continue.
And I still stand by that. It's funny because the first time that I heard from anybody at the D'Amelio team was when I tweeted, I honestly feel like my only option right now is to make a video about this.
So what he had said originally was, so first of all, we already talked about how weird the way that they did this was. Like, you generally don't do things like this. You usually will have a contract beforehand. But he said, I just finished editing the photos and I thought I'd reach out to you. And he already admitted that this was just for, like, clout. Like, he just did this for, like, a shout out, which just makes sense. I would like full usage of my photos you guys gave me, social media, website, portfolio, etc. I will not sell those photos. You'll be able to post those photos at your pleasure on a platform. I would like to be credited in the photo if posted. I would really appreciate being tagged in the photo, blah, blah, blah. If you decide to sell the photos, I would like to be notified beforehand so that we can work something out. Work something out is super, like, ambiguous. And it says, thank you so much for your time with Charlie. Both Charlie and Heidi really enjoyed working with you. We're excited to see the images and the rights terms about. So, like, he seemed to have cut the email also. But this is nothing. Like, what it... Dude... this doesn't make any conceivable sense. Like, doesn't really matter what you want because a normal business contract is negotiated before you do anything. So I guarantee that you guys worked something out beforehand. And they were like, yeah, we'll shout you out or whatever. And to King Connor put it, we'll shout you out or whatever. And whatever. And then you take the pictures, we'll shout you out if we use the picture or post it so that people know that you made it, like, on your Instagram. And then after he finished the work that he already agreed to doing, he's like, oh, by the way, I have a couple of other things I'd like to do. Like, if you make money off of it, if you decide to sell the photos, I would like to be notified. Well, like, first and foremost, like, it doesn't matter what you say after a contract is already made. But second of all, they didn't sell the photos technically. They sold a book. I wouldn't call that selling the photos. I think you should understand how, like, you have no, like, honest claim here. And you have to know that. Like, it's not like they don't have lawyers that are going to nitpick and, like, be meticulous about this. You have no claim. You're just kind of a crybaby about it. And I feel like you should know this. And it's kind of stupid.
Tweets can only go so far. Instead of perfecting the ability to do long division, these kids are defending the most followed person in the world by asking me to KMS. There's so much people don't know. And then I get a
I feel like we know everything. This is so dumb.
call from someone at the D'Amelio team asking me to delete all the posts, scaring me into not making a video saying more about it, and threatening to get lawyers involved if I keep spreading what they deem as false information.
Yeah, they're gonna sue you. I don't really blame them for wanting to sue you for being annoying.
I got that call 2 days ago, flustered, near tears, and I deleted everything that has to do with Charlie D'Amelio or the team. I should have known that if I deleted everything, it would make me look guilty. But when you're on the phone with someone from the D'Amelio team asking you to delete everything while you're on the phone with them, you do it. He told
No, you don't. And if it was me and I felt like I had a reasonable claim, I'd say, no, fuck you. Like, sue me. I don't care. Like, I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
Told me to never say anything bad about Charlie for the rest of my life, unless I have something super nice to say about her in a statement. And I do admit, me making it seem like I was mad at Charlie D'Amelio or her family themselves was a wrong action to do. And yesterday, September 1st, start of the month, I think that everything is over. I know that I got screwed over by deleting the tweets, but I just wanted it to pass. And the press got a hold of it. I was reached out to by multiple publications asking if they could interview me about the situation. Multiple articles were written about the situation. A TikTok was released by one of the biggest drama TikTok accounts saying that I was in the wrong. But I think what caused the next thing to happen was this article. Charlie D'Amelio slammed by photographer for stealing his pictures for her book.
Let's see if we can find that. Let's see if we can find this dumb article. It's so stupid. All right, here's the article. It's called Balls. Now you can see what it's called. I don't know what's wrong with me. TikTok queen Charli D'Amelio has been accused of a photographer for using his photos in a book. Essentially, Charli, yada, yada, yada. Charli D'Amelio is the most followed TikTok creator, blah, 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 boasting over 123 million, whatever. Fortunately, Charli's book is becoming a point of contention after the photographer named Jake Doolittle. Let's see if they linked you. Hey, look, Jake, they gave you a shout out. You know what would be great? If you actually were a photographer anymore, because then you could actually, you know, platform your career off of this. But it just seems like you have no interest in doing anything. Blah, blah, blah. In a series of tweets, Doolittle accused Charli of making millions of the book, blah, 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 blah. Who cares? I feel like this is whatever. Doolittle went on to throw a bit of shade at Charli. It's unclear whether promoting the photographer... What is this? What is Dextero.com? Like, what is this? Okay, I mean... This seems like a fairly obscure news thing. I mean, like, fine, I'm not criticizing it. I'm just confused as to, like... This is like small news, dude.
That does not paint the team out in a good light, and therefore, once that article was released, in a span of 30 minutes, I received 3 calls and 11 texts from the guy who called me the night before, threatening legal action. The contact at the D'Amelio...
Let's see what we got here. Okay, not sure if you've seen, but the press has started to pick up the story and accuse Charli of things that aren't true, like using photos without rights. That's true. You gave her the rights to the photos. Here are some articles. Dextero, Charli D'Amelio, Ghost Slam Photographer, International News, Geo News, whatever. It causes a lot of issues when there is false info out there. Charli and I would be grateful if you could make a tweet or something stating that there was a misunderstanding and she didn't have the rights to the images. That seems to be true based on what he's already said. That you and Charli are good and asking everyone to put this behind them. It's easier to hop on a call and discuss, let me know, or if it's easier. And before you post anything, send to me so we can be on the same page and make sure it serves the purpose to clear the air and not add more drama to anybody. I'm here to talk if you want to call me. Actually, change the plans. Call me when you can. I don't want any stress on you. Thanks for deleting the tweets. Just want to confirm here we aren't looking for any tweet or statement. Hope you have a good day and again, thanks for taking the tweets down. Wait, that's really weird. Wait, what the fuck? Is this like Photoshop? What's happening here? Why does it say at the top that they were like, oh, could you make a tweet clear in the air? And then later it's like, just want to confirm we aren't looking for any tweets. I'm so confused about what's happening here. It must be like a lawyer in contact. Whatever, this is fun.
Texted me saying that him and Charli would be grateful if I could make a tweet or something stating that there was a misunderstanding and she did have the rights to use the images, that you and Charli are good, and asking everyone to put this behind them. Before you post anything, send to me so we can be on the same page and make sure it serves the purpose to clear the air and not add more drama to anyone. And then he calls 2 times in a row and says, actually, change of plans. Call me when you can. I don't want any stress on you. Thanks for deleting the tweets. I don't want any stress on you, but here's 11 texts and 3 calls in the span of 30 minutes. And
okay, I feel like, come on, you're reaching at this point. They wanted to get in contact with you because they don't want like Charli's image to be unnecessarily damaged by like some bullshit ass claims, which they are. These are pretty bullshit ass claims, man. And then they made sure to be like, hey, listen, we're not trying to stress you out. We just want to clear this up. And you're like, but it's stressing me out. It's like, okay, well, that's your fucking problem.
And finally, this morning I woke up.
Well, yeah, because he's making them look like shit and he's a no one. So they're probably just trying to shut him up. Yeah, I get that. I mean, you know, it can be a little shitty to just try to silence somebody. But I mean, I feel like they're not even being rude. I would have been a dick. I mean, dude, can you knock it off? I'm going to hit you. No, I'm going to say that.
To a Snapchat story about me, making it seem like I am clout chasing.
Totally
I've been accused of clout chasing, being a... and
what the fuck? Somebody called him a pedophile. How old is Charli? She's 17 now. I feel like it's a little weird, but it's not that bad. I mean, it does seem like you're a little obsessed with her, though. I'm just going to be honest with you. Wouldn't call you a pedo, though, but... definitely like a nerd. You're a nerd. What? Is this the right L? L? I don't know which way L's go anymore.
Being told to kill myself.
That's pretty rough. I'm assuming it's like 14-year-old. Bro, you know how many times the 14-year-olds have told me to kill myself? It's at a point where it's just expected. Like, it's social media, bro. I don't know what to tell you. It's funny to me now. It was always funny to me. I grew up in like the online toxic gaming center, so like... I was desensitized to that before I even made content, bro.
Received any kind of hate like this on the internet, but I don't like it. And so therefore, I feel like I need to release this. I wouldn't be surprised if I release this video and it gets 200 views and no press outlets pick it up, and that's the end of that. And I'm seen as a clout chaser for the rest of my life.
I feel like if anybody watched this video in good faith, they would have like turned it off after you showed the emails. They would have gotten bored instantaneously, bro. I don't understand. I don't think that he's a cloud chaser. I think he's a money chaser, because like if he was a cloud chaser, he would have something of like value, like you know what I mean? If he was trying to stir up controversy for money, or excuse me, for like attention, he would need something to have attention for, like a photography thing. But he doesn't. He doesn't even care. He doesn't even do photography anymore. He just wants a fucking payday. He's lazy.
But at 20 years old, I need to know that I put my best effort in to save my career. And I'm extremely grateful now that this is getting press and I'm being threatened that people are willing to represent me.
Threatened. You're getting threatened by some kids. Shut up.
Felt amazing to have my work wanted, but it's frustrating to be so small that I have no power to get paid for it. I would like to confirm
you got paid in the form of a shout out on Instagram. They even put it in the book. So the fact that they put his name in the book suggests to me that the legal team and everything went over the entire situation, and they said, okay, it looks like we had a set contract that you have to shout this person out anytime that you use their images. He's probably not showing like the actual agreement beforehand, because like anybody in there, obviously you agree, you set terms before pictures. The email he showed us was after pictures were taken. That's not part of the contract. The work was already done. You don't get to change the fucking contract after you agreed to do work for a particular thing. It doesn't make sense whatsoever. Okay? This isn't a McDonald's drive-thru where you get to make your order and then you get to the fucking thing and be like, by the way, can I have 18 more sauces? You know what I mean? Like, you set a contract, they paid you, they set an agreement of payment, which was like a shout out to your page that is completely inactive because you don't like, you apparently are no longer a photographer, and that's your fucking problem. But it seems like Mama Gut says, this is a good point, he's in a tough monetary spot because like you obviously you had a lot of surgeries, and he's a child, so he thinks he's entitled to money because he took a picture on his camera he probably got for a Christmas gift for some girl overvalued in society. Holy shit. Holy fuck. Hold on, I'm gonna put this in here. Look at this. This is fucking brutal. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. That was funny. That was just too fucking, that was fucked up. That was fucked up. It's kind of true though. I feel like I feel like that was based as fuck.
My complaint is not with Charlie. It was amazing to see my work in a book published to the masses.
All right, you took a picture, come on.
And whoever put it together gave me photo credit, and I'm thankful for that. My frustration is that the media conglomerate of the D'Amelio team did not honor the previous agreement that we had.
There was no previous agreement, dog.
Didn't call, they didn't ask, and they certainly didn't pay me for my work. If I were a more established photographer, they wouldn't do that.
If you were a more established photographer, then they would have still done it. If you were a more established photographer, you'd be making money doing photography, but you're not because like you gave up.
I talked to multiple people in photography and they agreed that it wasn't right, but it would not be smart to have a legal empire try to take me down for everything I've earned in my 20 years. I repeatedly reached...
You've earned nothing. You're a 20-year-old. Like, dude, 20-year-olds haven't earned anything. Like, let's be honest. Let's see. Not in the first world. You didn't earn shit. Come on.
Out to the person who was my contact with them when I was working, trying to regain some sort of contact. And over time, with no response, it bugs me. The people who are in charge of photo rights couldn't be bothered with me until I tweeted and it ticked them off. All it would have taken was a simple courtesy. Hey, we're going to publish this book of Charlie and we would like to use your photos.
They already have the rights to the photos. Why would they give you this courtesy?
Money for the work you put in. Sign here. Thanks, bye. We're not going to ever talk to you again, but at least we reached out to you for the photos. So it makes me think, I can't be the only person that this has happened to. Choose small-time artists and photographers.
Oh, stop. Now the narrative is that he's not the only victim of the Charlie team. Shut up. You're such a loser, bro. Oh my god.
Photographers, so you don't have to pay them because they can't afford to fight you. I honestly
That's nothing to do with it. You have no contract. You have no legal standing, you fucking dolt. What are you talking about? Bro, you want to know what they would have done if they had to have actually paid you? They would have just not used your pictures. Whether you want to like hear this or not, your pictures are so irrelevant to to that book. Those were throwaways. They could have done anything else. That's it. They could have went to the spots that they were at and retook the pictures. It doesn't even matter. Like, it's nothing. Your pictures didn't do anything for it. Like, they didn't go, oh, because they obviously credited you, which means that they knew about a contract and they upheld the actual legal standing of the contract. If you think that a bunch of like people, like a team, like they have lawyers on hand, do you think that they didn't talk to them first and be like, hey, what do you think about that? Oh yeah, that's fully within our contract. Just post it. You're just being dumb.
really don't know, but I hope that's not how it goes. I feel powerless.
Good.
And when it's me, a 20-year-old from Maine, fighting against a big media conglomerate with managers and lawyers, PR people, and so much more, that's all I feel. Powerless.
Good. I don't care.